Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. What's up,
Yeah,
Nathaniel?
I don't know. The ads seemed a lot shorter than what they normally are. They kind of threw me off there for a second. I'm normally back here just kind of getting in my headspace, doing my little neck cracking, and I
I
wasn't
am,
expecting that.
yep, I am adjusting the network intro because we have so many people now. To be real with you, it's pretty long, and I'm trying to adjust.
Well, why is it not done yet?
Well, because I have all these shows that I do, and I'm getting ready to go to Gettysburg.
I know, I know. Are you excited?
You know what? I went last year and I loved it. Got to meet some very cool people that I had not met in person. This year, I get to see some, get to meet some more. Honestly, we get to network and enjoy people, and I get to see like Ron Yacovetti. Love his
I love
presentation.
Ron.
Love it.
Ron and
Yes.
Lourdes is two of my favorite people in the paranormal.
Right. I got to spend some time with them on a project last year, the World Gate thing, in person, and we all were camping out and roughing it, and it was cool. But I love his presentation. That's one of them. Of course, there's others also. We got so many. But yes, we are leaving tomorrow. Still haven't packed.
So with his
Still have shows.
With his presentation, not trying to take it away from our guest, which we'll get to that in a second. When you saw his presentation, did he do the digital seance experience?
I have seen him do that twice. But when we were at the World Gate, he actually did it in real time while we were doing the project. And then a little bit afterwards, he did it like probably 15 minutes for me because I said, look, I've never got you to do it when we're not doing it for a class or something. And it was very interesting. Matter of fact, I've got to go through that footage because I still haven't gone through it. But it was very interesting. And I heard some things that I'm familiar with, like what I hear without equipment. And it confirmed everything. And it's awesome. It's awesome.
I have never been to Gettysburg, so I'm super jealous that I'm not going to be able to be there this weekend, unfortunately.
It's intense.
I would love to go. I'd love to see the Jenny Wade house on top of so many other places that I've never got to see yet. Hopefully next year, I'm going to try and plan it out accordingly to where I can actually attend the bash next year. That would be amazing.
That would be cool.
But I also would like to go down. I would also like to go down to Point Pleasant and attend the Mothman Festival so I can stick some cash in the Mothman's ass crack. But
I want pictures, video evidence, please. Thank you.
So tonight, though, we have an amazing guest lined up.
Yes,
I am so looking forward to this. I know I've known this guy for quite a while. He is a paranormal investigator out of California. Not just that, but he's a certified drone operator, which I didn't even know was a thing until he mentioned it in his bio. I'm like, the fuck, you got to be certified for that? But that's a question for later on in the podcast. But tonight we have a great conversation lined up. The founder and lead investigator of Paramigos, as well as an affiliate and lead investigator of Caliscaris, Mr. Bryan Bohall. Did I freeze up? Am I frozen? I can't see anything. No one's moving.
And I froze.
Oh, you froze.
I think I froze, but yeah, that's my internet is probably acting up. We probably have a storm coming, so sorry about that.
That's fair, but let's go ahead and bring on Mr. Bryan Bohall.
Hey, how we doing?
Bryan, how you doing? I don't know if y'all heard me there or not, but I was just kind of in limbo for a second.
Sorry.
Gwen, why do you talk so funny? What's this accent thing that you have?
It's a southern accent.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So first and foremost, Bryan, I've been looking forward to this since we booked the show. I thank you so much for doing me a favor of coming on the show for an hour, and it's going to be a very fun conversation.
I agree, man. I've known you for quite a few years. I think I met you through Adam Bagan.
Yes.
Love that guy. Yeah, man. Dude, I've had you on my podcast, and when you invited me onto yours, I was elated. I really was, and I'm really happy to be here. Really happy.
And I love doing your show. I felt like we had a really good conversation. The connection was there, and the conversation, it was fluid and it flowed.
Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah. I mean, I could go on with you for hours. Definitely.
You know what? Not many people would, because they're going to be like, I don't know what's up here. I don't know if I want to hear it, but I appreciate that. So first and foremost, I want to ask you, for everyone out there who is not aware of your work and what you do, how did you get involved in paranormal investigating to start with?
I'll be honest with you, man. So I had a stroke and I almost died. And
Oh,
out of the stroke, and I obviously I'm doing okay, but I don't know. My wife said that once I came out of it, it's like I was a completely different person. I was an alien. And prior to the stroke, I never was into the paranormal at all. Um, and I started watching TV shows, like Kindred Spirits, Ghost Adventures, you name it, and it inspired me to do it. So the Paramigos kind of started with me and my best friend at the time, who's now passed away, and we went.
I'm
To,
sorry to hear that.
hey, thanks, man. We went to Nevada, and one of the places that Ghost Adventures went to that was close to me was in oh my gosh, I'm having the Armagosa Opera House. Sorry about that.
You're good.
In Death Valley, in California. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around it for 25 minutes or so. And what it is, it's basically a hotel now, and then an opera house, and it's dedicated to the place, painted it to reflect like a medieval theme. Okay. And it just has a beautiful essence to it. I don't really think it's haunted, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, like Ghost Adventures pointed out, because I've been there several times and I've really never gotten any evidence at all. And then I actually had a historian look into it, and there's no real evidence of deaths or any real tragedies. So I'm not saying it's not a good place to go. I highly recommend it. But if you're looking for spooky stuff, I don't think you're going to find it there.
That's interesting. So that would lead me to a follow-up question off the top of my head here. Considering so many people think that it's haunted and they go there looking for it, what would be the plausibility of them creating an egregore or a thought form within that space?
Yeah, that's one thing that always bothers me about places. That's why I don't like to go to really big places like Waverly Hills and stuff like that. It doesn't interest me at all. I'd rather go somewhere that's untapped, never been investigated.
That's fair.
Agreed.
And to be honest with you, the people that are there really frown on ghost hunting now. They're more about teaching the history of Martha Beckett, who's the founder of the place, and not so much ghost hunting. So you kind of have to sneak around when you do it. So if that anticipation comes, it probably goes away pretty fast because they kind of shun it,
No, that's fair. And there are so many highly regarded locations out there. You got Waverly Hills, you got the Sally House, you got, Lizzie Borden House. I'm sorry, I know that a tragedy happened there, but I am not certain from my experience in the Lizzie Borden House that place is haunted at all.
Right.
Could it be? Yeah. But I can tell you that I slept on the floor where they found Mrs. Borden's body, and I didn't experience anything all night. I even went as far as to recreate the murder of Mr. Borden on the couch.
Oh, wow.
Nothing the whole night. It was the quietest night that I've had in my 20 years of investigating the paranormal.
I will tell you, man, I've been a lot of places, and sometimes they just don't like you and they don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. And that's fair.
It could be the person the next night goes there, and maybe all the anticipation you had that you brought, that energy that you put into it, maybe they got some evidence. It's hard to say.
So basically what you're saying is they stole my shits.
They stole.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But no, that's a very valid point though. Because I lived in Las Vegas for a little bit. I lived just outside of Lake Mead, and I know there's a lot of awesome places out there that are just untapped.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of places on the West Coast that, there's so many places that, were inhabited at one point, and then just completely the next day everybody was gone. Yeah,
because it was a gold mining city.
Right. I mean, this whole area is full of things like that. The Southwest is really unique in a different way than what you guys have on the East Coast, where, it's like vast areas with nothing, and then a little something here and there. You know what I mean? And some people have no idea. You could probably stumble on a ghost town and nobody even knew it existed. So
right.
It's kind of exciting to live here and do the things we do out here. It's just different,
I agree. And Gwen, could you repin that real quick?
Yeah, sorry about that. I clicked it too soon.
No, I agree with that. A lot of TV shows do a lot of things for ratings, not actual evidence. I 100% agree with that, Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that comment. I agree. Also,
Yeah,
anyone out there, go ahead.
I look at it just like it's entertainment, and it is, but it's all good.
Yeah, but anyone out there in the chat, if you have a question, please feel free to chime in. Like we're gonna post your stuff, and if we're in mid conversation, we promise you, if I see something, I will ask Gwen to repost it, and we'll get to it. But so yeah, it's one of those things where when you have something that is oversaturated by television, it does become a kind of a muddied space, if that makes sense. And so I want to turn back though really quickly because you had mentioned the Paramigos.
Right.
I have to tell you, that is one of the most interesting names for a paranormal team I have ever heard. Where did that name come from?
Well, we're in California, right? And there's a lot of Hispanic people here. So I wanted the name of my team to kind of represent California and the area around it, and then it started out me, Jason, and Evan, and Evan and I are still in the team. We now have a new member named Benji, who's quite the character. We were investigating an old school about 20 minutes from my house. It's abandoned. And Benji actually lived in the house right next to it. And I tried to go to that house and see if I could get permission to go in the school. And I never got a hold of him. And so I didn't see any no trespassing signs or anything like that. Right. So me and Evan go in the school and we're in the middle of investigating. Okay. And one of the videos that I have that I want to share with you actually is the first time we meet Benji. Okay. So anyway, I'm investigating. I think at the time I was we were having a lot of trouble getting any EVP or anything. So I tried to bust out the Spirit Talker app. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I'm doing it. And all of a sudden it says, shooting. And then we hear this guy scream and we're like, what the hell? And so we just keep on going on because we weren't sure if it was somebody screaming. And the next thing we hear is a shot. And Spirit Talker says, get out now.
Interesting. So if you have that clip ready to go, can we play that now? So it's
sure. I think I got them marked pretty well, but let me see what I can do here.
Yeah, I would love for people to hear that because you know me, my thing is applications and debunking. That's my thing.
Right. Oh, absolutely. No, I know that. Okay, hold on, bud. Okay, here we go. Oh no.
Is that the wrong one?
Hold on. It brought the wrong one.
Look, as long as it's not midget porn, we're good.
Shit. Okay. Oh man, I'm so sorry.
If you're like me, you have a million files on your computer.
It brought up the wrong one. I had it already, and anyway, I don't want to slow down the show. So
you're not. Just search for it, and we'll circle back to it. How's that sound?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
So
long story short, right? We decide to pack up all our stuff and walk outside, knowing that there's a guy with a gun outside screaming. But what else do you do, right? What else do you do? So we pack up our stuff.
When the spirits tell you to get out,
yeah,
sorry about that.
You gotta just get out.
There was a stink bug on my bed.
Oh no.
But anyway, continue. Sorry.
We're walking, and the guy's standing right by my car with a gun in his hand. And he's like, wait a minute. Hey, are you guys ghost hunters? We're like, well, yeah. What do you think all this stuff is?
Right.
So, oh man, I'm so sorry. I thought you guys were crackheads breaking into the school. I'm like, well, no, we don't do crack or anything like that, And so one thing led to another. Benji ended up going back in the house into the school with us and ghost hunting. And like the next week he became a paramigo. He was just really into it. And we've made some fantastic videos with Benji. I mean, he's very animated. And he's a lot of fun. So
in the synchronicities of how things work, you just never know who you're going to come in contact with, right?
No.
And let me tell you, I don't go into abandoned buildings. Well, I can't say that. If it says no trespassing, obviously I don't.
Right.
But if there's no trespassing signs, I mean, by all means, as far as I'm concerned, that's fair game.
It is.
but when you do that though, it can be dangerous because you never know what you're going to run into.
No, and I mean, we were pretty scared, you know. I mean, but what were you going to do? You got to walk out, right? So it's just you know, it all turned out to be a great thing. So it ended up being a great experience. We like those places that, like I said, have never been tapped, right? So the next thing we did after that was we went up to Locke, California, where it's like an old Chinese town in California. It's kind of near Sacramento. And it was on Ghost Adventures as well. But what we did was there's a marina outside the town, and a guy invited me to go there because they said they were having paranormal experiences. So we went up there and for a full night investigated. And my friend Elsie went with us. She's part of Caliscaris. She's kind of in some of our videos as well. She's a good friend of mine. And that was an interesting experience. We brought all kinds of equipment and toys, and there's a full video on it on our YouTube page. So there's a lot of stuff we've done, you know, out here that maybe you guys haven't seen, you know, on the East Coast and down south and stuff. So
right.
Oh, I'd be intrigued. So continuing on that, we're touch back on this at the end of the show, but where can people find you guys on YouTube?
Yeah, so the name of the page now is Bryan and Evan Do. Okay. And it's a YouTube page, you know, it's not big or extravagant, but there's a lot of content on there, the stuff we've done. And, you know, it's we're not super serious about ourselves when we ghost hunt. Okay. We like to have
Never
fun.
should be.
We laugh, we make jokes, we make fun of each other. You know, it's our stuff's pretty animated. So
do you guys do like I do with my team, where if I have an opportunity and activity has died down, this just slow, you have an opportunity to jump scare someone, you're going to do it.
Right. Or like I said, make a joke, because I think when you're laughing and having a good time or scaring somebody or whatever, it creates a different energy, and maybe they feed off that. I'm not sure. I have had that experience before where we got way more content when we were laughing and joking around.
So overall, how many years of experience would you say that you have investigating the paranormal?
Round about 10.
Around about 10. Okay, that's cool. So let's talk a little bit about Caliscaris, right? Because you are not only the founder and lead investigator for Paramigos, you're also an affiliate and lead investigator for Caliscaris.
Right.
How did that all, like that whole logistic come into play?
My friend Elsie's, she owns a haunted house in Jackson, California, and she's also done Paracons, Gold Country Paracon. But she's gotten involved with Caliscaris. Caliscaris is an event that happens once a year. It's like a weekend. It's kind of like a Paracon, but it's a horror con, more or less.
Okay.
They show horror movies. They make horror movies. People can submit horror movies. So to generate the money for that event, they decided this year to have events at haunted places that nobody's ever ghost hunted before. And the cool thing was, Elsie and I get to ghost hunt at places that never been at, but we have to lead the groups. And so depending on the amount of people, sometimes we'll split the groups, and she does her stuff and I do mine. And Elsie's stuff is more like mediums and stuff like that, where mine is more equipment oriented. And so they get a different experience, you know, whoever they go with. And, you know, sometimes they switch it up, you know. But the cool thing is, it sounds like they've raised all the money they needed for the event this year. So it's been really successful.
Good.
That's awesome.
And it's fun for me, because for me, it's not so much that I'm ghost hunting. It's like I'm teaching people how to use equipment the proper way. And that's what I really enjoy about it. And also working with my friend, you know. We get along pretty well, and we joke around and we make it fun, you know. And yeah, it's a great event, and it's pretty low cost. Like I think for, you know, an evening, it costs like $45, which is not too
That's
steep,
not bad at all.
That's nothing.
Yeah. So, you know, but it's a good time, and I really enjoy it. It's actually, lately I haven't been ghost hunting. I've more or less been doing that once a month, and that's about it, you know. And I've been able to focus more like on I like filming and editing a lot, and that's kind of where my passions are. So
hello, Drew. So so I was actually going to ask you about that because as the founder of 2 different teams and trying to balance that life work aspect, right?
Mhm.
I have a full-time job on top of the 2 teams, and I know you're married, and I think you have 5 kids, correct?
Yeah.
And so how does one balance that to where you're not so busy that you can still spend the quality time with the family, but continue on with your passion and doing what you're doing?
Well, you plan it out, you know. You plan out events. You just have a calendar out, and you be really committed to what you're doing and schedule it out, you know.
Yeah, and
And
let me tell you, I am horrible at keeping a schedule.
yeah.
I actually have a podcast tomorrow that I completely freaking forgot about until the guy sent me the promo video yesterday.
Nathaniel.
Oh.
I'm
Uh-oh.
like, why was that not on my calendar?
Yeah.
How much whiskey did I have that night? But
Uh-oh.
but either way, this going to be a fun show. I've been on this guy's show twice already, so it's going to be a fun show. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So being in California, though, I mean, you guys have no shortage of haunted places.
No, I mean, just within 20 minutes of me. I mean, really and truly, any place can be haunted, right?
Yes.
I mean, but as far as finding a place where you're gonna maybe get, you know, stuff like EVP, etc. I mean, there's at least 2 places within 20 minutes of me where I can go and do that.
Yeah, because there's so many people out there that investigate the paranormal, and they don't realize how many haunted places California actually has. I mean,
Right.
some of the more notable
We don't even have a freaking Paracon out here. I mean, what the hell? You know, we should.
And you should.
We're trying to change it.
You
Elsie
should.
and I are trying to change that. We're working on it, but it's a lot of work. So
I mean, because when you look at it real, like logistically, you guys have Alcatraz Island in San Fran, right? You have the Hollywood Roosevelt in LA, which that place I've heard is epic. I would love to visit there. I mean, you guys have the RMS Queen Mary that is moored over there in Long Beach. Like there's so many amazing haunted places in California. My question is how do people not realize the historical value and how many haunted places are in that area? Is it just not pushed out to the media or what? Because you guys have the Whaley House. I forgot about the Whaley House.
There's also what the slave ship. It's I think it's in Long Beach.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Something Star or something like that. Yeah, dude. I don't know what it is, man. We get California. I even when I worked in the corporate world, we kind of get the shit in the stick. I think, you know, everybody thinks they're better than us. I don't know if it's because we wake up later than everybody else. I don't know if it's because of our politics. I don't know what it is, bro. But hey, I'm enjoying it out here. What else can I say? You know, I enjoy it, and I'm trying to get to every location that I can. So, and I've been to quite a few.
So you did kind of answer this question a little bit earlier, but I want to go more into depth. Okay.
Okay.
So you are just basically a hop, skip, and a jump away from Nevada.
Well, it depends. California is a big state, right?
It is. I'm talking
so
like
to get to Virginia City, I'm 3.5 hours away. To get to Vegas, I'm 6 hours away. So,
okay, that's fair. I wasn't going Virginia City route, but we'll go there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. So, Virginia City, have you been?
Yes, I've been once.
What did you think?
And I loved it. Unfortunately, there was a big snowstorm coming in the next day, and I had to go down south to see my mother. And I only got to go to one location, and that's all we had time for. I can tell you that there's an energy there that is insane. As soon as you drive in the town, it's like you turn a corner and you see the town, and it's like you go back in time. It's the movies and stuff that they've made of it don't do it justice on the place and how special it is. And I've been trying to get back there ever since, and I just haven't had the opportunity. I just don't have the time. But I highly recommend anybody. They do have a couple Paracons there. Anybody, if you can get the chance to go there, I highly recommend it.
No,
But
I definitely, if I'm ever back in that area, I will. And also, I just seen Morgan chimed in, so y'all, we need to quit talking shit about her. Uh, love you, Morgan. Don't hurt me. But no, so being there, so close. Have you ever been? I know it's not so close. I say so close because you look at a map and it looks so close, but we both know it's not. Have you ever been to Roswell?
no.
That
I love the story there. But no, I've never made it there, man. That would be a pretty long trek for me to get to. I want to say that's about a full day's drive for me. Yeah.
okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That realistically, it might not be worth it for what you're gonna see. You know what I'm saying?
It's still, I love stuff like that, man. So I plan on doing it one day, but I have not done it yet.
See, for me, when I travel those kind of distances, for me, it's just getting a picture in front of the sign that says "Welcome to Roswell" or something. It's like you have that memento.
Right.
And
So
a lot of people
Nathaniel,
might,
you have an experience there you would like to tell us about, right?
where
Didn't you have an experience at Rodwell?
I have never been to Roswell. I have seen the gates of Area 51.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
one.
me too.
Sorry.
Me
My
too.
bad.
Yeah.
Have you?
And and I can promise you, if you get too close, there are armed guards that will absolutely escort you off said premises.
Uh-huh. I actually I wanted to go when they did the whole thing where they're gonna storm the
Oh, the
gates
Storm
and
Area
stuff.
51 thing?
Yeah, but unfortunately my stepdad was like part of the security, and I was like, oh man, I can't do it. I can't do that to my dad. So I didn't go.
That's
And I
fair.
think there were like 20 people there when that whole thing was said and done. So it was like a nothing burger. So, but
That's fair. And with California, you know, basically being on the offset, I think it's on the northern side of Oregon, right? Is that above you guys? Look, my geography's not mathing right
okay.
now.
So it's like, okay. It's north of Las Vegas, but it's like northeast of Las Vegas, but it's quite a ways. You have to travel in the desert for quite a ways to get to those gates.
Right. Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I was a little bit closer because we were homeless when I was younger and we were living off of Lake Mead. So we weren't all that far away.
Yeah.
But it's still a trek. So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts, being the fact that you're in California, you're so close to Washington State, you're so close to Oregon, and they have such a high concentration of I think it's Oregon, I don't know, my geography is not working right now, that they have a high concentration of Bigfoot sightings and such. What are your thoughts on cryptids?
Love them, Dan. I think I've said this on so many podcasts, but I've had a brief experience. I don't know for sure if it was Bigfoot or a bear, to be honest with you,
That's
but
fair.
it
Yeah.
scared the hell out of me. I definitely believe they're real. I have no, I know they are. It just, there's too much vast land and wilderness to not have the stuff out there. There could even be dinosaurs, man, that just never died and found a way to breed. Who knows? But I totally believe in Bigfoot.
Oh,
Totally
like
believe in aliens.
like the Macaulay Membe over there in the Amazon Congo.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I believe there's a sauropod existing there, but is it plausible? I mean, who knows? But so,
Right.
you said you had an experience that you're not sure if it was a bear or a Bigfoot. Would you mind talking about that? Even though
Sure.
you're not sure yet?
Okay, so there's a place. It's about a 5,000 foot elevation. It's called Edison Lake. It's quite a ways drive from here. It's like 3 hours. And my dad was the kind of guy when we go camping, he always wanted to go like in the middle of nowhere where nobody was. And I was like, man, I can't chase girls there. Why are you taking me there? You know? So anyway, we're sleeping by this creek, and we made a little fire. I mean, this was not a campsite. This was the wilderness. And the way the creek was, like on the other side of it was a really tall mountain. And when you get to that elevation, there's really not a whole lot of trees. It's pretty sparse. So you can pretty much see everything, you know, on the hill and stuff like that. But it was dark. And my dad lay down, he was snoring. He had a few beers, he was out. Okay. I hear this high pitch guttural scream, dude. And it literally it made me shake. I was shaking in my sleeping bag, right? And I'm like, what the hell was that? You know, and I've slept in the woods, I don't know, countless times with my dad. You know, we camped a lot when I was a kid. And I've seen bears, I've seen all kinds of stuff, but I've never heard a sound like that ever. So anyway, I just kind of blow it off, you know. Well, I hear it again, and it's closer. And now I start to get scared. And my dad gave me a buck knife, you know, one of those fold out buck knives.
Yeah, like little
And
flippers.
so I popped that bad boy out of my pocket, and I'm like, well, if this is the way it's going to go, at least I'm going to go out fighting, right?
Right.
So I start hearing footsteps. Like something's traversing down the mountain, and I'm too damn scared to get out of my sack and look, right? And then I hear steps in the creek, and they're coming towards us. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And the fire was kind of embers at that point. You know, it was just, you know, like a red glow. And so I kind of peeked my head out a little bit, and I don't see anything. And I have a good vision. I mean, there's no trees really, just rocks, dirt, and that's it. And I don't see anything. But I could smell this odor, like death, dude. You know? Like, I don't think bears smell like that. I've been around bears, and not from that distance, at least what I perceived to be that distance. I don't know where the hell this thing was. And then the smell went away, the sounds went away. It was just gone.
Yeah, and
It was the strangest thing ever, dude.
And it's weird how that works, because like you're basically describing what people would have as a skunk ape experience in Florida,
Yes.
where the smell is so rancid.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is not every Bigfoot experience will claim that they smell that.
Yeah. And maybe they don't.
Maybe Bigfoot actually does bathe and you just happen to catch one on a bad day.
You know, I mean, if he eats fish and stuff, I mean, I guess he'd be pretty clean. That's what I experienced, man. I mean, it was a long time ago, but that's what I experienced.
Most
And
everybody
And
I've
even
talked to,
then,
yep,
even then,
that's
I was into sci-fi, but I wasn't in the paranormal. I didn't believe in Bigfoot. But,
Right. But still, it's a really cool experience to hear about, because you're describing something in a completely different region of the U.S. compared to what you would experience down in Florida.
Yeah.
And when you go through a majority of Bigfoot sighting, oh, that's a long comment. Hang on.
Yeah, he was telling. Anyway, go ahead, Nathaniel.
No, it's fine. I'm just reading.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it says, I'm just a novice at this, but on a couple of paranormal investigations, and I got started with being interested when I was younger. A well-known medium lived not far from me, and we would go visit the grave of, I'm going to assume it's pronounced Malay Lancaster, who was portrayed by June Carter Cash in the movie Murder in Coweta County. And everyone would get scared. In Savannah, I've witnessed a couple things. And here on my small farm in Georgia, I've heard tree knocks, bad smells, and vocals, which I believe is a Bigfoot.
Yeah, Savannah. I would love to go there one day. Yeah,
That is a
would be
whole
insane.
That is a
Savannah,
whole
Georgia?
different. Yes, that is a whole different form of haunted.
It is. It's I've been there a bunch of times, investigated it a couple of times. The Sorrel Weed House, if you've ever heard of that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you
Of
have.
course.
Well, I've been there overnight, and it I expected more, but the whole city is just so. Gettysburg is heavy. Okay, when you go there.
Oh yeah.
But when you go to
I've been there.
Savannah, it's just almost like some parts are like, oh, well, they used to have happy lives. And then, they had the slaves that didn't have. And then it's just, you could walk 2 steps down the block and it's different. But it's very cool. It's very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, that's in the South, though, isn't it? Isn't that the South? There's a lot of light,
of it.
and there's a lot of dark spots.
Yep.
So
There are,
There
even
is.
where I live near here. Yeah.
there's a lot of dark spots in the South. I mean, you go over, you got the Myrtle's Plantation, for
Mhm.
example. Like, I love the story and the folklore, and it's been proven by history that Chloe the slave did indeed poison her master and the family.
mm.
he was expecting the master to die, but lo and behold, she killed everybody else.
Right.
But
Oops.
it's such a great history when you go down south. But you know, that doesn't negate the history that goes on
Mhm.
in the other forms of the United States, like out west where you are. You know, you have the gold mining stuff, and that was a rough life.
Yeah, that's kind of where Caliscaris is based out of. It's in gold country.
Nice.
Primarily where I've ghosted the most was in gold country. You got the Preston Castle there, in
Oh,
an
I've never
Ione,
been. I'm super jealous.
and it, dude,
Mhm.
it's a heavy place itself. When you walk in there, I mean, pretty much every medium that I've ever been there with was
Sorry.
like,
Bless you.
whoa, it's heavy
Bless you.
here, you know.
That's
I
probably
don't
what-
necessarily
Fuck.
I don't
Sorry, guys.
necessarily pick up that stuff, you know,
Mhm.
but I can't tell you, not to get off a point here, but I've ghost hunted with Jeff Conkle from Ghost Adventures. He lives pretty close to me and we're friends. And every once in a while he'll call me up out of the blue and he'll be like, dude, you got to go with me here. I don't want to go alone. And so I'll tell you this quick story. I don't think I've said this one before, so it'd be kind of interesting. So I meet Jeff.
You ain't got to worry about going off topic, brother. Just tell the story.
We go to this house and I know nothing, right? I know nothing at all. We walk in there and there's a daughter and a mom there. And they're like, we're having things move in the house. We're seeing strange sound, like hearing strange sounds. We're seeing shadow figures. They're just basically, you're like, oh my gosh, this is like an episode of Ghost Adventures, you know? And I'm kind of looking at Jeff. I'm like, dude, I'm not buying this. So we asked him, hey, could you go sit in one place? They sat in this bar basically with doors closed. And we asked to be able to investigate in the house as we please and, you know, have full access to the house. So they let us. And so I placed like a REM pod in this one room where they said they saw stuff. Jeff set up some cameras just like they would on Ghost Adventures. And we did EVP where we weren't getting any responses. We did get the REM pod to go off and it was really strange. It started like flashing really fast and then it just go beep, and then it would go off. And then I put a cat ball like pretty close to it, and then the cat ball would go off. And I went through that whole area, you know, with a tri-field meter. I'm not getting any readings, and I found that kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
But to make a long story short, what stood out more than anything was we started to hear this audible beep, a continuous beep, kind of like when a fire alarm goes off, right? But not quite as loud.
Okay.
And we immediately were trying to figure out where that sound was coming from. And we were like, they had an Alexa, so we were going to check the speakers. We checked the fire alarms, but whenever we'd walk to one spot in the house, the sound would come from another spot. We'd go to another spot in the house, and it was coming from another spot.
Almost like they were fucking with you.
Yes.
Mhm.
And we couldn't figure it out. So we go and we ask the people that live there, are you hearing this noise? They said as soon as they shut the door, they heard that noise. Now, initially, when we started investigating for, I'd say over an hour, we didn't hear that noise at all. They said as soon as we shut those doors, they heard that sound.
Interesting.
And the last interesting thing to point out about that whole deal was I was wearing, I had a Tascam, a linear PCM recorder and headphones on trying to, you know, pick up EVP, etc. And I walked into the bathroom and all of a sudden I took my headphones off, set them down, and the beep came through my headphones audibly when I set them down. And then it went away. We never heard the sound again. So
that's insane.
The conclusion that I came to, because I was only able to like go there that one time. We were there for about 3 hours. Never went back again. Jeff blew it off. I don't know. Was that maybe someone in the house had some technical knowledge, you know, maybe he was in the military. I don't know. maybe someone was screwing with us. But from all accounts that we heard, they had a lot of crazy things going on in there. And I don't know. And the only thing that we could figure out that may have been causing it was there's a person that was living there that wasn't living there anymore that used a Ouija board in the house. And maybe they didn't know what the hell they were doing. But I've never had that happen before where a sound would travel through the house in different places, you know. So either someone was screwing with me or there was something that was trying to communicate to us and didn't know how.
Right.
So that's the conclusions I came to. What do you think, dude? You've been on a lot of
investigations. I have experienced very few times where sound travels and it's an identical sound.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's traveling throughout the location, I would find that very hard to replicate. I've got nothing for that. I don't.
Did they have a pet?
There was a dog. It was in the bar with them. And it was like an older, mild-mannered dog, a big dog, but yeah. And
sometimes if they had those electronic,
it did not react to it at all.
Okay.
So you know,
sometimes the collars is what I was going to say. So,
yeah, but the dog is a
think the dog would hear it, but it wasn't reacting to it.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah, you would think, but that's just weird. I've never had a sound flow throughout a location in different spots as though something was messing with me. Now, have I had like what I thought was shifting objects as I moved throughout a location happen? Yeah, I've had that happen.
Yeah.
But never a beep. That's
it was. Dude, I'll send you the video when we're done. It's something else, dude.
I'd love to see that.
I don't know what caused that. Another thing that was interesting. Okay, I'm ghost hunting, like for Caliscaris. A lot of times, we're able to go to the location and kind of test it out before we do the event. And I carry
a REM pod in your hand.
Yeah, it's a little REM pod. I want to show you this.
Please do.
I have a bag. It's like a camera bag, and I put all my gear in it. And I have various, EVP recorders, FLIR, you name it. Basic stuff a ghost hunter brings with them. And I have the bag open, right? It's once you unzip it, you can just flip the whole top, and you got access to all your gear, right? And so my REM pod's in it. One of my REM pods. And I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear this, but you'll be able to see the switch here. You can see that switch, right?
Yep.
Right.
It makes the clicking noise when you turn it, right? And so I'm going to do it now. Hopefully you can hear it. I don't know
you can hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sitting and I'm not even an arm's length from my bag. I'm further away. And Elsie and the docent are standing like 10 feet away from me. All right. And we weren't running any cameras, and I want to shoot myself for this, but we all hear an audible boop, and my REM pod goes off. And it's like I said, I'm 7 feet away from it. There's no way I could have turned it on, and all three of us heard it click and turn on and go off.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
Let's see. Let me show you one video real quick, guys. I just want to show you because these are fun videos. Okay. And make sure I get it right this time here.
Even if you don't, you can tell a story. It's fun. Oh, he'll get it right. He's a professional. Right. He got this.
It better come up right. Why is it doing that? Here it is. Okay.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
The night. Are you seeing that?
I didn't get.
You are? You can see it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. On video because right at the start of this recording, I realized that my IR light went out. They usually last about 3 hours. This one only lasted about an hour. And of course, I forgot to bring one with me. And so the beginning of the EVP or, this recording, you hear me say, oh shit, or something like that. And then that's when I realized I don't have IR anymore and I can't film in the dark. And so I start doing something with the camera. I was going to hit record, but obviously that wasn't going to happen. And behind me, I heard this voice. at the time, it sounded like a voice in the recording. It came out different, but it was directly right behind me, and it scared the hell out of me. So I'll just go ahead and play it.
Oh, fuck.
Right here.
The fuck? Is that you guys?
And then there was another noise more towards the door. And you notice here and here are where those sounds are. You can hear me talking. You can see the sound, the waves, and it's not me making that noise. Okay. So
Interesting.
this is the IR light I use. Okay. I now make sure no matter what, I bring at least 2 of them with me. I have like 4 or 5.
As you should.
Dude,
I have made that mistake myself. Trust me, I fully understand it.
when I film, I have like a lavalier mic. Okay. And so we recorded that with the lavalier mic. I wasn't recording with the camera at all. And dude, I'm standing there, and I mean, right behind my ear, I heard like it was trying to scare me. And it did. It scared the hell out of me. Now, I brought my son and his friend, but they were like way on the other side of the building, just sitting BSing. There's no way they could have done it.
No.
And then the same sound traveled within 10 seconds outside 2 doors and made
That's
the same
crazy.
sound again. And I have no idea what that was. So we did bring, go ahead.
No, you first. You're the guest.
We did bring a medium with us one time to investigate there. And they kept on saying that there was a joker there, like a funny guy that likes to screw with people. So I assume that's what it was. And we have captured EVP with something that seemed like it was screwing with us before too. So that school is amazing. It's great for evidence and stuff. So
speaking of schools, I was recently at Broadhead Manor for the Broadhead Beer Brawl, and I've got a video that I definitely need to send you to get your opinion on. It's not visual, it's audio.
Yeah.
So I'll explain a brief synopsis, and then we'll get back to what we're talking about. So myself and Morgan were walking down the staircase. We're the only 2 in the building besides the owner, Bill. And there is this noise that sounds, I'm not going to tell you what it sounds like. I want your opinion. So for those of you out there watching, yeah, I'm not giving that up. So I always ask for opinions before I approve things as possible evidence.
Yeah.
It's a credibility thing.
Right.
So
right.
I would love to send you that video and get your opinion on it after the show.
Sure.
If you wouldn't mind?
Sure. Yeah.
I know what I hear, and I can tell you right now it's a mixed bag. We got 3 people saying they hear one thing, and I've got 3 people saying that they hear another thing, and it's neck and neck.
Okay.
So I'll be curious to get your opinion on that. But before we get into that, I want to kind of go outside of the paranormal, but I know it kind of ties in. You are an FFA 107 certified drone operator.
Right.
How in the world does one become a certified drone operator? Is it a requirement in the state of California to be able to operate a drone?
No. So anything under a half a pound, you at least, and this is a federal law. It's not a state law. Anything under half a pound, you should be an FAA 107 pilot to fly it. You have to take a test and etc. So I know a lot of people are flying heavier drones, but they're not supposed to be doing that without an FAA license.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Now there are really, really good drones that are less than half a pound. And for work, I use drones every day. And the one that I use every day is less than half a pound. And I get great video with it. But yeah, so you better be careful, because once people catch on to that, they're, they'll come after you. So,
yeah, Morgan, we didn't really go into the history too much. But sorry, that's my girlfriend. She's a medium. She doesn't like to know any history of any place because we practice every week. So, but no, like I didn't know there was a federal law that if it's over half a pound.
Yeah. The guy to just talk to Benny Mavics are really good. The one I use daily is it's a Mini 5 Pro, something like that, and they're great. But But yeah, if you use anything over half a pound, you better get that license, because you could get fined pretty heavily if you don't have it.
That's interesting. I can tell you that the one
Did not
time I
know.
operated a drone, it ended up in a tree. It's not for me.
Yeah. The one nice thing about the bigger ones is they have a lot more sensors where you can't do that. Like my Pro though, it has those sensors, where you can avoid objects and things like that. So it's just how much you want to spend,
No,
and that guy there, he just said something very good. If you want to hunt for cryptids, drones with FLIR are the way to go. Okay.
That's cool.
So
well, I can just tell you, I pay a lot of child support, so I'm not buying a drone with FLIR.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but so it's one of those things where, like, when I operate the controls, it's almost like an old school video game where you had to press down to jump and up to duck. Like, everything's reversed.
Yeah. Dude, I have countless flight hours because of work. So, I mean, dude, I can literally fly them anywhere, man. I've literally flew them through windows to look in locations where they wouldn't let me in.
I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it just a form of, is it just practice to get used to it? Like, because
I've always been one of those guys, like, when I worked heavy construction, I could pick up a piece of equipment, never done it before, and I've always been good with that kind of stuff. So for me, it's kind of natural. But I think the more practice you get, the more confidence you get. And yeah, I've crashed them. I mean, but it's because I was doing stupid crap, But yeah, man, it's.
I was doing stupid crap, not knowing I was doing stupid crap. I'm just, hey, I'm like, I've got this app on my phone. I'm like, hey, I think this would look cool, because I got my phone hooked up to the drone. I'm watching the video. I'm like, hey, I think this would look cool. And I hit the wrong button. The next thing I know, straight down to the ground.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, that sucks when that happens.
Maybe it's just operator error on that point. It's not practice, it's just operator error.
What I was going to say, if you're going to do something like that, I'd definitely try and get a higher end one. You're paying more, but then you have the obstacle avoidance features in the drone. That's it'll just sit there. It's not perfect, okay? Like, it can still hit power lines and things like that, but just be careful, and it's a little bit
power
better.
Lines, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So with being this certified drone operator, I assume this comes into play with your paranormal investigating as far as being an amateur filmographer.
Yeah, it's more, like in my videos, you'll see drone footage of the locations and things like that. But as far as ghost hunting, I don't use the drones for it at all. It's more, just making my videos a little bit more obtuse, so to say.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was meaning. I'm sorry if I worded that incorrectly. As far as the aerial shots to add depth.
Yeah. So like when we went to Locke, this marina that we went to is massive. It's like the length of 4 football fields. So I start the video out showing you how big the thing is. It just gives you an extra layer to understand the location.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So being a videographer, like, is there any advice you can give to anybody out there watching that would like to kind of go into filming their own stuff? Any kind of tips and tricks that you could give them?
Yeah. I tell you, man, I'm self-taught. So, I started from nothing and made every mistake you could probably make.
That's
just,
fair.
it's just like ghost hunting, right? You got to start from somewhere. So just go out and do it, and watch other people's videos, watch what they're doing, and try and make it your own, nice. Dude, these cameras and stuff, they're not cheap, bro.
They're not.
But have a passion for it, and bit by bit, as you develop your skills, you can get more stuff, and just get better and better. My first couple of videos are not good at all, dude, but I got better at it, which brings up the one thing I wanted to promote on this.
Please.
I wanted to show you guys, I kind of stepped away from the paranormal for one video, and I'd like to get it on, and I know we only have 5 minutes.
Dude, it's okay. We can run like 5 minutes over or something. We'll figure it out.
Okay. So this is the promo kind of shows it all, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Okay.
Let's see it.
Ready?
Whenever you are.
this gentleman's helping me look kind of through some historical.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
So, okay, hold on. I got to kill this. Damn it. Let me close all these and I'll give you, I was just trying to give you, just a quick video. Basically what it is, when I was ghost hunting, I found this gravestone on the side of a road, between a road and a parking lot, just sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck?
That
Yeah.
is
So
weird.
I contacted, I'm like, I'm not a real good historical guy, right? So I have two friends that are, they're really good. And the first one that come back to me, I said, hey, I need your help with this. I need to find out who this guy is and why the hell this gravestone here. So she did some research, and we found out that there's supposedly another gravestone down in Whittier, California, which is in the LA area, which is 4 hours away from here. And we're like, what the hell?
That's weird.
So I decided, well, maybe the gravestone got stolen. I don't know.
Wouldn't be the
I
first
don't-
time it's happened.
No,
Right.
not at all.
So I figured that my best bet was to go down to Whittier and try and find the gravestone. And let me tell you, where it's buried is a huge cemetery. It's the size of a large town. I'm not kidding.
Oh, wow.
It's massive, dude. And luckily the historian kind of pinpointed, so to say, where it was. But we looked for about, oh my God, we drove around that cemetery for 3 hours because we couldn't figure out the map. It didn't make any sense. But we finally figured it out. Then we went to look for the gravestone for about 3 hours. We couldn't find it. Luckily, somebody that worked there drove up and said, hey, do you need help? I was like, dude, yes, please. And it even took him about 30 minutes to try but we found him. There were two gravestones. He was buried right next to his wife. And so I go, well, maybe there's some difference in the gravestone, because I also had asked people in the town, hey, there's a granite quarry here. So maybe the granite, stone was made here and they made a mistake. And
Fair.
who knows why, maybe the bad one is here and somebody put it there as a joke. Who knows? But the two stones are completely identical.
That's insane.
I don't want to give the whole story away, but if you
Don't.
want to see it, it's on Bryan and Evan Do, and it's called the Mystery of Henry S. Ewell, and that's the name that's on the gravestone.
Interesting. So
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
I typically end my podcast with 3 questions that I want to ask.
Okay.
you.
Okay.
So you can travel to one place in the world. Price was not an option. Travel was covered. Hotel room, lodgings covered. What place would you like to go and investigate?
Oh, investigate. Okay, I thought maybe just one place I wanted to go.
I'm not sending you on a vacation.
Man. I tell you what, instead of saying the location, there is a paranormal team out of New Jersey called Bearfort Paranormal.
Okay.
I would love to go and spend a weekend with them and ghost hunt, because they get invited to the places that nobody gets invited to because they're that damn good. And it would be a complete honor for me to be able to learn from them from a weekend. So I wouldn't care where the location was. I'd like to ghost hunt with them for sure.
All right, so we're going with that. So since you brought them into the equation, that team aside, you can bring one person with you, alive or dead. They do not have to be involved in the paranormal. Who are you bringing with you?
Oh God, man, I'd love to see Jason again. My buddy that passed away. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so you said it's Barefoot Paranormal?
Yeah, they're the guys that out of New Jersey. They're really good, dude. Yeah.
So you're going with Barefoot Paranormal to anywhere in that area that they decide to invite you to. You're bringing Jason. You can only bring with you in your arsenal one piece of paranormal equipment. What are you bringing with you and why?
Dude, that's not fair, bro.
It is.
I tell you, I do go bare bones. Like I have an XLS, I got an SLS. I got, you name it, I pretty much have it. But dude, I love my Olympus digital recorders. The old ones. I love the old recorders. I think they pick up a different frequency that works a lot better. So if that's all I'm gonna get, if I get one piece, it's gonna be my Olympus.
Well, you're going with a paranormal team, so whatever they bring is inherent. Yeah. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're bringing your Olympus recorder. I love that. So Bryan, please, before we end the show, brother, where can people find you?
I've got my own YouTube page. It's just Bryan Bohall, and then Bryan and Evan do. That's the best way. I don't use social media any more than I have to. I really don't like it much.
No one does. No one likes social media.
Yeah. So that's the best way to find me.
I have to deal with it every day. So.
Well, Bryan, look, man, thank you so much. I know we went a little bit over an hour here, like about 2 minutes over, and I'm a time Nazi, so I do keep track of that. But I appreciate you coming on the show for an hour. If you wouldn't mind hanging out in the background, me and Gwen are going to close up the show. We have one more ad to run, and then I have a question for everybody that I ask in the post show.
Okay, man. Sounds good.
Thank you guys. Bryan, thank you so much.
Oh yeah, he's a great guest.
Oh, I love that. I was
excited. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like a full circle moment, because I was on his show before I ever had a podcast, and now he was on my show. So I loved it. Like I felt like it went very good. I enjoyed it, and he is so much of a vibrant person as far as his energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
I loved it. I think it was a great conversation. I definitely would love to have him back on at some time in the future. We'll work that out at some future date. But so I want to thank everyone for tuning in for this episode of the Paranormal Unveiled. Do not forget to go and check out the Paramystic podcast from this morning with Christina Bloom, where she was doing readings for people who commented and wanted readings.
Yep.
Also, you have the Bridging and Seen and Unseen with Shane McLean. Sorry, I almost said Angie and Shane. I was thinking about his profile.
Yeah.
But, Shane McLean, where he had on my good friend Larry. And Larry is such a fascinating guy. Like, I love Larry to death. He is
Larry Eisler,
awesome.
guys. Yep. Larry Eisler.
I wasn't going to try to pronounce his last name right now.
Okay? I know, but I do have, before you finish with Jeremy's, I do have one thing. I want you to promote yourself. You're going to an event soon, and I have the poster. Please promote yourself.
August 1st, I will be at the New Hampshire Truth Seekers Expo as a guest speaker. And we're going to be there with some amazing people. We got Samaya coming. Charles Rosenet is going to be there. You got Jimmy Pettitino, Jimmy is just an amazing. Jimmy is worth the trip altogether.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He is so fascinating. Then you have Rob Goutreau, and you got the Radicals, who also, once again, if you've never seen their haunted museum or the Museum of Cursed Objects or Spirited Objects, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yep.
Seeing the Radicals themselves is amazing. And then you have Carl Johnson, legendary demonologist who worked with the Warrens as well as was featured on Paranormal State for multiple different seasons. It's going to be an amazing event. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. You can come and see me. You can meet Morgan if you've not met Morgan. And also Jeremy Cotter will have a booth there as well from Twisted Tales.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So
I just want to make sure you promoted yourself, okay?
I never worry about promoting myself. I self-promote in other ways. Like, people give me things for cash. And that could sound dirty, but I don't care.
I was supposed to get it sound like.
For the record, guys, I don't do that. Don't get it twisted. But no, like tonight was a great show. But please be sure to stay tuned, because at 9:30 p.m. EST, we have Jeremy Cotter presenting Twisted Tales with none other than my current co-host over here. So it's going to be an amazing show. Do not miss out. And I will see you all next Wicked Wednesday here on the Paranormal Unveiled as we welcome the leader of the Haya Nation and a person who was seen on The Walking Dead, Santiago Cirillo.
Yep.
I will see y'all next week. Be safe. Have fun.